Yeah.
Would you like a little...
羊、子羊です。
Would you like a little pat my know me?
ちょっと触って。
That's beautiful. Yes, please. Well, isn't that gorgeous? Well, we were just happy with just sort of hoping he wasn't going to be morning tea. But thank you, Katrina. I wish we had more time to spend. You're Australian and you're the commentator for sumo wrestling. A great achievement. We really appreciate you bringing your friends, and we're delighted to have you and your story with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank our guests, Naomi Zeki, Yamato Zeki and Katrina Watts. Thank you so much.
Sunday.
Say hello to your new nanny.
The girls are on the jury.
And the meat in an idiot sandwich.
But they'll never reach a verdict.
You like a sensitive guy?
I used to be one.
The Nanny, 5:30 Sunday, on 8.
This chef is preparing soup of the day, and so is this one. Continental's new soup of the day. You won't believe it's packet soup.
Gifts on Smith, for gifts that are guaranteed to please. Gifts for weddings, engagements, birthdays, special occasions and trophies. Gifts on Smith, your specialist gift shop. 161 Smith Street, Narracourt.
This guide has just about every cold and flu symptom around. But that's okay. It's also got the relief for each one. The 12-page cold and flu guide. Free, only at Amcal Chemists.
It's official. Braithwaite's First Choice Furniture and Bedding are having an everything reduced stock clearance. This is the first time ever, so hurry in for discounts on every item throughout the store. Huge savings on lounge suites, bedding, sofas, dining suites, wall units and much, much more. Every item will be reduced, no exceptions. But only for a limited time this Saturday 9 till 4, Sunday 10 till 4. 6-month interest-free terms available. See the huge range now at Braithwaite's Furniture Warehouse, doing great deals on Bay Road. Saturday 9 till 4, Sunday 10 till 4.
Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here's the best part, you have a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
On Burke's Backyard, bold new tricks to transform your home into something special.
Some of the best contemporary gardens you would see in Australia.
And a must-see for pet owners, poisonous household products.
Chocolate, for example.
Burke's Backyard, 6:30 Sunday.
It's like having a series of wonderful, guilt-free affairs, they say, with absolutely drop-dead gorgeous guys, all from the comfort of your own home. Romantic fiction with a little bit of added spice. This fast-growing segment of the publishing industry has just grown enormously in the last few years. Joining me now, 3 of the top romance writers in the country, Margaret Lee Ballantyne, Louise Cusack and Gail Sutherland. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the program. If we're starting here, Love Me, Kiss Me, Thrill Me. This is the book that all of you have contributed to. First, I guess, Gail, I should ask you, what is erotic fiction?
Well, according to the dictionary, it's literature dealing with erotic love. But if you could imagine Sleepless in Seattle with Basic Instinct sex scenes, you've got erotic fiction.
Sleepless in Seattle with Basic Instinct sex.
Yes.
Oh, I mentioned it's becoming increasingly popular. Romance has been popular for a long time. How impressive are the sales of this type of novel?
Very, and a lot of people are reading this and they're not admitting it. Like, if you meet Mills and Boon, everyone thinks that's innocent, Mills and Boon. You should read it lately. So,
So Mills and Boons is hotting up.
oh, very much. So there'd be about 10,000 copies a month of erotic books are sold in Australia.
10,000?
But no one admits to reading it. Oh, no, not me.
Again, it's honesty time, ladies and gentlemen. In our audience, who reads erotic literature? More than that, I'm sure. There's a lady who's not quite sure. She's only got a hand here. She can't put it, but it's sort of here. It's not down here, it's there. So you do? The lady with the glasses? Terrific, yes. You can have one of these books when we finish. Your name is?
Margaret.
Margaret. And
Hi, Margaret.
so you enjoy reading it?
It's good escapism.
Escapism. Do you fantasize about the blokes in it?
No, they really still are men.
You haven't read my men.
Okay, well, let's get to it. What sort of men do you write? Yeah, what are these blokes like in your book, Margaret?
In my book, they are the kind of men who are barely held under control, and it's the heroine who has the power to release them from this control. That's what you want?
She's getting so excited up there. Settle down, Margaret. So you like women who are more powerful? You like the women who are powerful, who can overpower? Sorry, wondering what was going.
What's going on?
It's Jeff Harvey behind. In fact, if you're talking about where would you classify Jeff Harvey in an erotic fiction novel?
Well, Jeff, he'd have to be a great-grandmother's dream, not a grandmother's dream.
He's going to hate that. Now, Louise, your characters, when you're doing your research in the love scene, you know, the stuff that you write in the book that's pretty hot, how do you research that?
Kerri-Anne, I've got a fabulous imagination. I don't know, I guess, how does Agatha Christie research her book? She doesn't go out and kill people. She's got a good imagination. We've got good imaginations and...
She has a fabulous husband as well.
Yeah, I've got a great husband as well. Hi, honey.
Okay, so here you are for a living writing erotic stuff. And what does your husband think of it when he reads it?
Oh, he thinks it's great. He loves what I write. And he reads a lot of erotic fiction. He thinks it's really good.
My husband's the best proofreader that you ever got. He wants to know when the next story's coming out.
Do you practice with him? Oh, come on, you weren't thinking that.
How do we learn all our good stuff?
Yeah.
No, don't dub me in for that. No, not really. I think you just draw on your experiences and read widely, and I'm sure I'd get in trouble if I admitted that I tried out quite a few of the things that I've got in my story, so I won't.
Well, we can just do it quietly.
Okay, then.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
Yeah. Single ladies have to do the research,
That's
not the married ones.
Oh. And I've written a story about love on a Harley Davidson. Have I ever been on a Harley Davidson and made love? No. What did I do? I asked questions of people, but nobody who was bigger than me or had more tattoos than I had.
So, on a Harley Davidson, would you like to read something for us?
I've got a little bit here, yes.
Oh. We're not just going to... It's respectable for...
Of course,
Kerri-Anne.
Would I give you non-respectable? No. She shivered, feeling the cool metal touch her bare legs. He's gone already, see?
Jeff Harvey is away.
The scrape of leather between her thighs where the skirt of her long dress rolled up.
It was a banana, it's all right, you know.
I may as well say Jeff Harvey's feeling fruity.
Yeah, oh yes, Jeff Harvey, did you hear that, Harvey? You're feeling fruity.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Would you like to continue another couple of lines for us, Margaret?
For a moment, cold, he said. For a moment, his head blocked out the stars. Janet felt the heat of his fingers against her flesh. In the bookstores.
Okay, so you quietly do your research. Do you think the sort of blokes that you write about in your books are out there somewhere?
Of course they are. We may never find them, but they're out there.
Well, we've got Margaret up there. Do you mind if I give one of these books to Margaret up here? No, OK, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you've been terrific, ladies. Thank you very much for joining us. And Margaret up here, you've been a great sport. Don't let us say we don't give you anything, but could you just sort of hold off from reading it till you get home? Children may be watching. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank our guests, Margaret Lee Ballantyne, Louise Cusack and Gail Sutherland. Thank you. Lovely.
Sunday on 60 Minutes. Scaling the Heights with Brigitte Muir.
Obsessed, oh, that's an understatement.
For the first time, her incredible story of sheer courage.
Done it, I can go home now.
The 9-year quest to climb every mountain.
Incredible.
Also, the travelling Whitlams.
I had arranged a band playing the Macarenas. Where was the bloody beer?
The ultimate tour guides.
The best people always love me.
The new life of Gough and Margaret.
Goffito.
When Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday.
I know why DB chocolate tastes so great. They feed the cows Easter eggs all year. Great big chocolate Easter eggs. Christmas Easter eggs, summer Easter eggs, winter Easter eggs. Nothing but Easter eggs.
Is it the milk? Or is it the Easter egg chocolate that makes DV taste so great?
New Year's Easter eggs. Birthday Easter eggs. We had the best day with Grandpa. Yeah, we made breakfast.
Kellogg's All Bran provides 1/3 of your daily fibre needs.
Then we played golf. Then he taught us how to whistle. And then we did some finger painting.
Shh. Oh, we've had the best day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Kellogg's All Bran helps you live life to the full for a very long time.
Grandpa, will you mind us forever?
Hadn't heard from dear old Mum, got a call and here she comes. Had to clean up last night's bash and do it all in a flash. Bruce did his best, but made a bigger mess. So with spray and wipe all purpose, I cleaned up every surface, and the only thing left was a fragrance. That smells fresh. Saw Mum in a whole new light, her advice had all been right. Thank you, Ajax Spray and Wipe. Thanks, Mum.
Hey, this is where my mum and all her friends get our gear.
Penny Farthing Design, of course.
Where's the only place to get kids' latest fashion clothing at bargain prices?
Penny Farthing Design, of
Where's
course.
the only place to get Bloom Marquise Player Scooter and Braggers?
Penny Farthing Design, of course.
Where's the only place to get best prices on McLaren, Parago, Childcare, Mother's Choice, Siesta, nursery accessories?
Penny Farthing Design, of course.
So if it's cots, high chairs, prams, strollers or kids' trendy clothing, where should all mums and dads be shopping?
Penny Farthing Design, of course.
Lost, old fella? Come on, hop in.
Make sure that your dog or your cat is never lost. Phone the Lost Dogs Home on 1902 243 088 for a national identification tag.
Well, it is time to talk sport, folks, and joining us, as usual, with their in-depth analysis of what is happening on the sporting fields around the world is Midday's gruesome twosome Peter, Jacko, Jackson and Paul the Fish Salmon. Welcome, gentlemen. Ah, yes, guys. Did you see our sumo wrestlers, by the way, gentlemen?
Yeah, weren't they big, eh?
Yeah.
I thought no wonder one of them couldn't understand your Japanese, because he's actually Hawaiian, I think, Kerri-Anne. So.
Well, he was born in Maui.
Kerri-Anne, right, yeah.
Kerri-Anne, I reckon Jacko looked great in a kimono, wasn't it? I recken it'd be ideal. I reckon he could slip straight into one of those.
I reckon the nappy, the nappy would look best.
I already wear pull-ups.
OK, Jacko, the big close encounter at the... I'm not going there. This is a respectable program.
I know.
OK,
apart from this segment, of course.
Apart from this segment. OK, you tell me.
What do you want to know?
State of Origin.
State of Origin Wednesday night. What a fantastic game. And unfortunately for the Queenslanders, they went down by 1 point. New South Wales went up to a 14-0 lead.
Be generous, ladies and gentlemen, be generous.
And listen, at 14-0, they're entitled to get flogged, Queensland, but they did show great spirit, great fight back. Paul Vaughton has done a fantastic job with this side. And when you look at the two sides, the reputations and things, New South Wales should win by 20 points, but they've won by 2 points in the first game and 1 point. Julian O'Neill had a chance to win the game in the last couple of minutes, but he couldn't do it. But listen, a fantastic game of rugby league down at the MCG. A pity more people from Melbourne didn't rock up and see what the real game's all about, but they didn't. But yeah, Queensland are unlucky, but New South Wales are winners. What can you say?
We had a good 26,000, Jacko, and it's probably the game Melbourne needed, actually, a real tight one like that, so a lot of talk about it now.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah.
Well, it was. You had 20... I mean, that's not a bad crowd, but I know ratings-wise, Sydney and Brisbane loved it, and Melbourne still tuned in. It wasn't a failure, but they still loved it. Did you go?
Yeah. No, I couldn't get it. We had a State of Origin dinner of our own down here on Wednesday night, so it clashed. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have been there. OK, well, let's move to AFL then. There's a most interesting first recorded event that has happened. I'll let you explain it to me. There is. We've had an unfortunate incident from last week's game where a player was suspended for 2 weeks for a squirrel grip. And there it was. He didn't actually get a handful there, but I'd like... There's Brad Wira. He got 2 weeks. Actually, you'd think it'd be more worth a bunch of flowers and a nice romantic getaway, wouldn't it? But this is, to demonstrate, this is a squirrel, this is a nut.
It's not, is it?
No, that's a nut, and hence the term squirrel grip. And, or the Peter Jackson love hold, no matter which way you look at it. But that was unfortunate, but...
Oh, you boys aren't serious. You go around doing this all the time.
I can imagine. I just had a funny thought that imagine putting the squirrel grip on one of those big sumos. It'd be... Do you think?
Big watermelon. He can't help himself, Kerri-Anne. He just can't.
No, so what's happened to this particular, the squirrel-er and the squirrel-e?
Well, he's talking with a very high voice at the moment, the
that's right. The squirrel got 2 weeks, and he'll miss representing Western Australia for being found guilty of, well, going where he shouldn't have gone, and the other guy got a week for retaliation because he gave Brad Wira a smack behind the ears. So.
Well, he would, wouldn't he?
Well,
so he got penalised for retaliating.
He got a week. He got a week, and he's since proposed.
We'll pay that one. OK, guys, we've got to move through. There's other great sport around. The Hockeroos make it 4. The girls have done well.
I mean, the Hockeroos, the Australian women's hockey team, is one of our great sporting teams. They've won 4 Champions trophies into 1. They beat Germany in the final 2-1. And this girl, Alison Annan, who scored the winning goal, will be coming up in a minute. She is undoubtedly one of, Australia's great sporting stars. There she is there. She was the most valuable player at the tournament. And, of course, they are the gold medalists from the Atlanta Olympics. And Rick Charlesworth's their coach. There she is there, Alison Annan. She is an absolute fantastic athlete and a real star of Australian sport, and I hope she gets some more recognition over the years.
Sensational. 1 in Germany. Well done, Hockeroos. OK, let's move to cricket, of course. We know Mark Taylor's back in form. How's the rest of the squad looking, Fish?
Well, what a turnaround. Apart from Mark Taylor and Greg Blewett, the rest can come home now. But, no, it's fantastic to see Tubby get back into it. He and Greg Blewett can hold their heads high. I think the key area that is a problem for Australia at the moment is in the bowling. And, unfortunately, Andy Bickle is broken down as well, and he's probably on his way home now. But Paul Rifles made the trip and is fronting up. And I think that's the key area now. I think if the side can actually do all right in a rain-affected match against Nottinghamshire, leading to next Thursday's Test match, now we could see a real turnaround, but it's great to see Tubby back in form. OK, Jacko, 10 seconds with the Socceroos. They've done it again. Yeah,
they beat the Solomon Islands 13-0. Will you believe? In a game of soccer, 13-0.
Wow.
So,
fantastic. Terry Venables was on the show last week. So how many in a row does this make it for the Socceroos?
I'm not quite sure about that.
6 in a row.
6 in a row, in fact, it is, yeah, for the hockey. But, yeah, 30-0, in fact.
Lead a horse to water.
Even Mark Bosnich, who is the goalkeeper, here he is, he even kicked the penalty goal, which is quite incredible. The goalkeeper actually kicked the goal, so 13-0.
Can I just tell you, Jacko, Kerri-Anne, that what people don't know was Jacko was the honorary assistant coach of the Solomon Islands on the night. So.
Now, let's not be cruel. 10 seconds of golf. Can the Shark do it?
Well, of course he can. He's our best hope yet again going into a major, the US Open. The other guys, of course, Elkington, Appleby, Allenby and Craig Parry aren't without a show either. But look, let's face it, I think the Great White Shark might need a win to pay off the first payment of the new jet, which is a wonderful acquisition, isn't it?
This weekend, what's happening in sport in your area, Fish?
Yeah, down here we've got another great round of footy, a tipster's nightmare this weekend, but a couple of my favourites, St Kilda, Carlton at Waverley Park. It's St Kilda's home turf. They should win. And Adelaide versus North Melbourne could see the return of Wayne Carey from a shoulder Rico. I don't think so. I think he'll take the extra week and come back in 2 weeks' time. But for my bet, it's Adelaide over there.
And Jacko, what's happening this weekend?
This weekend in Rugby League tonight in the ARL competition, Manly versus St George. That's a replay last year's grand final. Should be a ripper. Saturday, West versus Sydney City at the Campbelltown Sports Ground. And in Super League, Brisbane v Wigan, ANZ Stadium. Should be a fantastic game. Wigan, the only English side to have a win last week in the World Club Challenge. And there's a photograph of Fish. I found that.
Oh, you've gone centrefold, Fish.
Yeah, there
that's
is.
That's the only recorded photograph of me giving a handball.
Yeah, so we've had the computer image his clothes on there because that was actually the centrefold for Women's Forum. But
look at those rippling
there
arms.
he is.
Guys, great to talk to you. Paul Fish Salmon from Melbourne and also Peter Jacko Jackson.
See you
We'll
guys.
be back next week, next Friday, guys.
We'll take the boy.
No! Saturday night, the movie.
Philip, get in the car!
He's a runaway criminal
Hey, that's my car!
Got a positive ID?
with a 7-year-old boy as a partner.
Ain't so much as moves, you pull the trigger.
You ever shot a gun before, boy? At least now we know who's in charge.
Teaching him the values of life
Enjoy it while it lasts.
and sharing a unique friendship.
And you